Understanding yourself and others. Self-awareness is being aware of the internal aspects of one's nature, such as personality traits, beliefs, emotions, attitudes, and perceptions. In order to enhance one's self-awareness, you can use two means. One is soliciting feedback, and the other is self-assessment. Attitudes. Attitudes is an evaluation, either positive or negative, that predisposes a person to act a certain way. Job satisfaction is a positive attitude which reflects the degree of which a person finds fulfillment in his or her job. Organizational commitment refers to employees' loyalty to and engagement with the organization. Conflict among attitudes. Perception. Perception is the cognitive process that people use to make sense out of the environment by selecting, organizing, and interpreting information. People often see the same thing in different ways. Perceptual distortions are errors in perceptual judgment that result from inaccuracies in any part of the perception process. Stereotyping refers to the tendency to assign an individual to a group or broad category and then attribute generalizations about the group to the individual. The halo effect occurs when perceiver develops an overall impression of a person or situation based on one characteristic, either favorable or unfavorable. Attributions. Attributions are judgments about what caused a person's behavior, either characteristics of the person or the situation. An internal attribution says characteristics of the individual caused the person to behave in a certain way, whereas an external attribution places the cause on aspects of the situation. The fundamental attribution error is a tendency to underestimate the influence of external factors on another person's behavior and to overestimate the influence of internal factors. The self-serving bias is the tendency to overestimate the contribution of internal factors to one's success and the contribution of external factors to one's failures. Personality and behavior. Personality is a set of characteristics that underline a relatively stable pattern of behavior in response to ideas, objects, or people in the environment. The big five personality factors are dimensions that describe an individual's extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, emotional stability, and openness to experience. Locus of control defines whether an individual places the primary responsibility for his success and failures within himself or on the outside forces. Authoritarianism is the belief that power and status differences should exist within an organization. A person typically concerned with power and status obeys established authority and sticks to conventional values. Emotions. One aspect of emotions is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence has shown that managers who are in touch with their own feelings and the feelings of others can enhance employee and organizational performance. Self-awareness is being aware of what you are feeling. Self-management is the ability to control harmful emotions and balance one's mood so that worry, anxiety, fear, and anger do not cloud thinking and get in the way of what needs to be done. Self-awareness is the ability to understand others and practice empathy, which means being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Relationship management is the ability to connect to others, build positive relationships, respond to the emotions of others, and influence others. Managing yourself. Self-management is the ability to engage in self-regulating thoughts and behavior to accomplish all your tasks and handle difficult or challenging situations. Three basic principles of self-management are clarity of mind, clarity of objectives, and an organized system. Stress and stress management. Stress is a psychological and emotional response to stimuli that place physical and psychological demands on an individual and create uncertainty and lack of personal control when important outcomes are at stake. Stress can sometimes be a positive force, but too much stress is harmful to individuals and the organization where they work. The behavior pattern referred to as type A behavior is characterized by extreme competitiveness, impatience, aggressiveness, and devotion to work. Type B is a behavior pattern that reflects few of the type A characteristics and includes a more balanced, relaxed approach to life. Type A managers can be powerful forces for innovation and change, but they can also create high stress for themselves and others. Work stress can be caused by both task demands and interpersonal demands.
In this period of instruction, we will be covering leadership, different types of leadership, and leadership traits. There are 4 different types of contemporary leadership. Level 5 leadership is the highest level of a manager's capabilities. One of the main characteristics of a level 5 leader is humility, or the absence of ego, which is in contrast to the stereotypical leader that is very egotistic and ambition-driven. This type of leader points their ambitions to company success instead of personal ambitions. Most level 5 leaders appear to be shy and humble. They take responsibility for shortcomings and failures, and when they are successful, they give the credit to the people who work for them. They build their companies up with a core of solid leadership, so when they leave, they will still be successful, unlike the egocentric leaders who see a company's failure after they leave as a testament to their superiority. Servant leadership is a leader whose main purpose is helping those that work for them. They make decisions based on the best interests of the employees and company and are not motivated by personal gain. They operate on two levels, one to help achieve the fulfillment of an organization's goals and the other to meet the needs of their subordinates. Servant leaders are free-flowing with ideas, recognition, and credit for accomplishments. Authentic leadership are leaders who have a deep understanding of themselves and are consistent to their high level of morals and standards. Through their authenticity, they encourage commitment and trust through their respect for other people's viewpoints. They encourage collaboration and mentor subordinates into leaders. 5 key characteristics of an authentic leader are: they pursue purpose with passion, practice solid values, lead with their hearts as well as their heads, and demonstrate self-discipline. They also establish connected relationships with their employees. Interactive leaders are typically female and prefer a collaboration type process. Their influence comes from well-established relationships instead of from a position of authority. They prefer to be highly sociable and get to know all of their employees on a personal basis. Leadership traits. These are the basic leadership traits that a leader should attempt to incorporate as many as they can in their leadership style: energy, stamina, intelligence, knowledge, judgment, confidence, integrity, optimism, desire to lead, independence, sociability, cooperativeness, tact, ability to enlist cooperation, education, tenacity. The United States Marine Corps defines leadership through 14 traits that are fairly similar to the business set, and many veterans have had success in the business world by incorporating them in their civilian leadership roles. This is a leadership grid, which demonstrates 5 of the major management styles and where their highest level of concerns lie in regard to decision making.
Tonight, I will be talking about inspirational leadership. Some key points I will go over are employee needs, motivation, and I will share a couple of examples and techniques that managers and leaders use for motivating their employees. We all know that everyone has needs, specific to their individual lives, but there are times where we forget to think about that, even in important instances. We all have different personalities and traits, even in the workplace. Some people handle situations or conflict in a different way than others do. As a manager and a leader, one must be able to recognize how each employee is and work to meet their individual needs. In our textbook, it talks about the hierarchy of needs. Psychological needs are the most basic needs in our life, like food and water. Managers need to place emphasis on ensuring employees feel safe at work. It is a natural feeling to want to belong to an organization, so a manager should be ensuring employees are comfortable in the workplace. Encouragement and recognition go a long way when an employee has received some sort of reward, which may be big or small, and they will continue to contribute to the job and work to improve and grow. Managers, supervisors, and leaders have the responsibility to provide employees with direction, growth, and opportunity within the company. If the worker has the persistence and motivation, they will work to succeed. Leaders have the ability to focus on the employees' needs, making an impact on them while they are at work. Leaders carry a passion to not only better themselves, but to better other people as well. They encourage the people under them while providing a safe and welcome place to work. Leaders are people who are a positive influence to the ones around them. They have a good understanding of what is right and wrong, and they demonstrate great examples to other workers. Being a person someone can look up to serves beneficial in a work environment. Intrinsic and extrinsic approaches are different techniques to motivate employees. Intrinsic approaches affects another person's mind and makes them feel discouraged or encouraged about themselves. Extrinsic is the same way but has a more tangible and more apparent approach. An example of an extrinsic approach would be to reward someone with a paid day off for meeting a goal within their position. Establishing clear goals for the employee is a great way to lead in the workplace. This has many benefits for both the employee and the company. The person knows how they are doing, what they need to improve on, what they're doing right, and any goals the company may have for them. Leaders give the employees the right tools to complete the task and help them succeed.
This section of the presentation is about how to best be a leader of a team. Best can vary with a number of conditions, the distinct characteristics of the team members, the situation that brings your team together, and the environment with which your team is working in. Best will change with the variables, but some things will remain the same. I asked my 12-year-old daughter, Kinsey, the question, "How do you lead a team?" She said, "Don't be bossy, and be nice." She is on the right track. I also looked for some expert advice online, which led me to an article at portent.com by Jason Olson, titled Lead by Example. Jason states that the key to leading a team is to skillfully manage human relationships and interactions. Don't criticize. Instead, accentuate the positive and utilize mistakes as opportunities for improvement. Praising improvement is a positive reinforcement of desired behavior. Honest and sincere praise and appreciation is a great motivational method. Repeat what others have said for clarification of your understanding and to show you are listening. This type of feedback finishes the communication circle. Showing that you are interested in the team members will win their gratitude and a cooperative attitude. Don't call someone out when they are wrong about something. Give them praise for the hard work they have done and assure them that you have faith in their abilities. Trying to understand the other person's point of view will give you the opportunity to learn something new and valuable. We all make mistakes, and as a leader, you can't possibly know everything. When you make a mistake, be humble and own up to it. You will gain the respect of your team. Communicate to your team both the challenging task that you have come together to overcome and that you believe in their abilities to successfully complete the task. Inspire and guide the team towards a common goal for everyone's benefit. When you are a leader, the team members become your main focus. Many of the ideas are rooted in the teaching of Dale Carnegie. For further information, you may be interested in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The last idea presented, servant leadership, is rooted in the teachings based on Robert K. Greenleaf's essay from 1970 titled The Servant as Leader. Remember that a team brings together a unique mix of skills and abilities. Teams have the ability to obtain synergy, that is, they can achieve more than the sum of their individual parts. That is why teams are so valuable. When forming a team to lead, 3 characteristics are very important: size, diversity, and member roles. When it comes to size, bigger is not always better. According to psychologist Ivan Steiner, a team's performance and effectiveness peaks when it has 5 members. Other researchers found best performing teams range in size from 3 to 6 members. CEO of Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos, has a 2-pizza rule. If 2 pizzas can't feed your team, it's time to split into smaller teams. Diversity is very important. With it, you gain a variety of skills, knowledge, and experience. Research suggests that gender diversity leads to better performance. Ethnic, national, and racial diversity may show a negative effect in a short time frame, but this fades with time. Assigning team member roles is important. Task specialist roles should be assigned to help the team reach its goal. Here is a small list of possible roles for team members: facilitator, recorder, reporter, timekeeper, devil's advocate, harmonizer, prioritizer, explorer, innovator, checker, runner, and the wild card to fill in anything that we missed. Once you have created your team, you will go through different stages of team development. Forming is where the team is breaking the ice. Storming is where conflicts and disagreements begin to show up. Norming is where the establishment of order and cohesion take place. Performing is when cooperation and problem solving are at their best. Adjourning is when the task of the team has been completed and the team members go back to their normal duties. Through the process, there should be a healthy amount of task conflict. Too little conflict or too much will reduce performance. To handle conflict, use negotiation as a tool to engage in give-and-take discussion. Negotiation should result in a creative solution that benefits everyone. Rules for achieving the win-win solution. Don't attack or attempt to discredit each other. Focus on the problem. Ask why the demand is being made, the underlying issue. The answer to why will present a problem that can be resolved creatively. Remember, just a few moments ago we covered the importance of listening. Learn the other person's issues by listening. Focus on objective criteria and fairness.